Carmichael Dave's a
like,
fucking clown, bro.
He's just like, dude, we beat the Lakers, and the music that he plays the next morning is like, this shit's so whack. Fuck the Lakers.
I just hate how like unrealistic sometimes the expectation. Like they were hella mad that Halliburton got traded. It's like, bro, who is he? Who is Halliburton?
No, agreed.
He's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but it's like who
for Saboner? For someone that could really help us.
Yeah, that was a great pickup.
No, and so that's the main thing that we wanted to make this show about. It's about the Sacramento Lynx, and I love them to death, but I ain't going to put that K back until we make the playoffs. They're the Lynx for now.
I'll tell you what, you better make the playoffs this year.
At least the play-in. If
you don't make the play-in, bro, you got to come on the podcast and just
Here's the thing, though, right? Like, so let me just finish like this thing is like maybe if you're listening to this, I want us to give you guys something where it's like, hey, we might not be right on everything we say, but Sacramento ain't no losers, and the Kings are painting us as these big time losers. We got a lot. We got a lot.
Yeah, Sacramento has a great fan base.
It does. I'll just tell you this right now. No other fucking team in the country would lose an NBA playoff series, and with us knowing the Mafia was involved, and then 5 years later still fight to keep the team. Anywhere else, the team is fucking gone. They're out of here.
Quick hint.
Man, I get passionate.
You said Sacramento's and losers. Did you see that? I don't want to stay on this topic, but did you see Sac Republic? We lost in the championship, by the way.
They lost?
Yeah, bro. We made it to... It's actually crazy because we're not MLS, but we made it to the championship. And
we lost the MLS thing, too.
I was watching it.
And that's the thing, too, is when when we lost MLS, they damn near blamed it on the Kings. Yeah. They're like, it's just a loser-ass city. Yeah.
But, I mean, good for the Sac Republic, man, the soccer team. They made it to the championship.
That guy let us down, too. But
we'll get it back.
I just think, dude, the Kings have so much to offer, and if they start to win, you're going to see a lot of things changing with the whole swag of the city.
Well, you got to...
Speaking of swag, no, I'm just kidding. That's when we would throw in like some sort of advertisement. Okay, but no. So the Kings talk is just something like I might be biased, and I am biased about some shit. Like I do love De'Aaron Fox. I love that his dad doesn't throw us underneath the bus like Marvin Bagley, dude, Jr. and Marvin Bagley Sr. A bunch of bums, Duke bums on Twitter, always crying, complaining. They're the reason we fired our coach. Then we hired the coach. They won. The coach don't even play him. Like, De'Aaron Fox and his family could have that sort of kind of thing, and then they have
Who's De'Aaron, bro?
Bro, De'Aaron is so good. He is so good. He is so gifted. His jumper definitely has to get there.
Relax.
No, his jumper's got to get there. The defensive end's got to get there.
It's a good building block.
And here's something that I want to say is I think he's such a cool kid. I think his game is great. I think his family's great. I think he does love the Kings.
Do you want me to call him, bring him on the show so you can slop him up?
But the thing is, I still would have traded him and 3 first-round picks for Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And that's what I wanted. And I wish the Kings would have had that sort of mentality. I want us to have that Laker Heat mentality. But we had the assets to go get Donovan Mitchell with Saboner, Kevin Huerter, Malik Monk, which would have been crazy. Malik would have been shook. Like, damn, we brought me here for De'Aaron. That's kind of the mentality I want us to have.
You're living in a fantasy land.
But I'm still happy to keep De'Aaron because I think he's amazing. But all I'm saying is Kings, our Twitter game is cool. It's a little weird. They post some weird stuff.
You know one thing about the Twitter with the Kings and the Heat, because I follow the Heat. Miami Twitter
is hilarious. It's incredible. It's goated.
It's crazy.
I follow it.
Yeah, it's just like we kind of go back and forth. Like, oh, this guy Tyler Hero, trade him. He sucks. You know, Tyler Hero was on the Kings. You know, we guys were the Kings.
We were sucking him off.
Let's max him out.
Max him out. No, that's just got to end. Boogie should have been traded for assets.
Yeah. What you did, that was actually a good trade. You traded him right before. You guys fucked him.
Yeah, okay. And we both disagree on
the thing that a lot of Kings fans, like for you, when you're like, oh, we should have drafted Jaden Ivey. I didn't agree with you because I was like, okay, you got De'Aaron.
True. Right? And I love De'Aaron, right?
Yeah.
And I want to do what? I wanted to do what? I love De'Aaron, but I wanted the draft too.
Jaden Ivey.
Because I want to do. I want the best player.
I think Montes Morris. Or what's his name? What's his first name? Monty
McNair.
McNair.
Love you, Monty.
His prerogative right now is to get that loser stench off the Kings.
Exactly,
right now.
and I think.
But you can't do that with no. Your job right now is, hey man, let's win some games. Let's make playoffs. This team is not going to win you a championship unless Keegan Murray's Kevin Durant, and he's not Kevin Durant. So this...
Not yet.
He won't be.
Fuck with you,
he
Keegan.
won't
Just because I wanted Jaden. That's the thing, though.
But you can't want Jaden. He, like I said, he just wants to win games, make the playoffs,
right?
Get that stench off 3-4 years.
But I actually think Keegan Murray's a good fit for us.
He is. He is.
So I wasn't mad.
But you can't do Jaden Ivey, bro.
No, but I wasn't. Of course, but I wanted Jaden Ivey because just the mentality.
Because of the potential that you wanted him to. But it's like, bro, potential. Like, no, you're
gotta go
right now. Yeah. It's like you gotta go.
But the thing is like that's one thing that I've always will have with like, hey, this guy went with it. He's our GM. Man, I can't even doubt him. He's been getting everything right since he got here.
Yes.
So I'm hella excited. But I'm not gonna badmouth Jaden Ivey too. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's gonna hooper. I saw what he did against my Tar Heels. He was incredible. I saw what he did closing out the game versus Texas. He didn't demand anything, but he still hit very deep threes and closed out games. I like him, but I'm so excited for Keegan Murray. I think it was a good hit. Keegan Murray, it's funny because we were talking about him and you were like, oh, how's he doing? I'm like, he's going crazy in the Big Ten tournament. You're like, I like this guy. So then I started following him and you were like, maybe Miami could get him at fucking 20.
But that was like fucking 7 months ago. And then all of a sudden he's top 10. That actually happens all the time.
It's awesome. So for the Kings, expectations are high, and I'm just saying.
I don't know about high.
No, they are. Getting into the playoffs is
you're
high.
right. That is a mandatory. That's something that we can, and come April, or not even April, bro, we'll know by December, January, if the Kings aren't close to 500 and in the play-in tournament, bro, AC, I don't even know, bro.
I'll be down bad.
I might just leave Sac, bro.
I'll be down bad. But the Kings, this is Sacramento's cool. We know our weed here too, bro. There's a lot of weed influence here too.
California.
We have more smoke shops and dispensaries per capita than anywhere in the country. Like I said, like when I'm saying that, Eddie's coughing in this back. But like what I'm saying is like, we're not Miami. I'm never trying to say we are, but we are not small. There's a lot to do here. And plus, these guys are fucking rich.
But the market doesn't matter if your team is ass.
Dog shit. We got to start winning.
Yeah,
it's more than just winning. I promise you. I remember when people like I don't want to talk baseball too long, but like, hey, small market. Fuck no, it ain't. The new ballpark, that's an enormous market, one of the most expensive.
Yeah, they bring me a blanket. You start talking baseball. Pillow and a blanket.
I'm sorry, dude. Okay, can we get a snooze sound for my boy Marcos, Eddie?
Is Eddie a baseball fan?
Let's stop talking baseball there. We only have 3 listeners. We don't want to lose them. But we will. If baseball,
we will talk to
this is a podcast. Yeah, if someone's doing
about
goat shit like Aaron Judge, we'll never ignore goat shit. Okay, so the Kings the expectations are high. And, can we both praise Monty? Good job.
Oh, yeah, he's incredible.
With an owner that ruins everything, right? With an owner that has a history of getting involved.
Stand back and
stand the fuck back, man. Stand back.
Bro,
let the people you're paying do their job.
Which it seems like he is. The only thing that came in question
to an extent, right?
I mean, it's the head coach hire, which I don't mind the head coach.
Another Warriors guy.
And
I don't know how I feel about it, but if it's really Monty's pick, Monty has been nailing on his pick, so I'm going to support it. But if it goes bad, I'm going to be... it's like... Why is it the Warriors that you're obsessed with, and when will you realize, hey, maybe it's Steph Curry, bro?
Maybe it's just Steph Curry being that good.
Maybe,
Did you hear that story about him and Buddy Hield, like before you guys got him?
Who? The owner?
Yeah, he came up to the you guys were playing the Pelicans and something like that, and he thought that he was the next Curry. So when you guys were playing him, he looked at him. He's like, "I'm gonna get you on the Kings," because he believed he was the next. And maybe
that's why. And maybe that's why Buddy took so many ridiculous and outrageous shots.
Buddy, that's another thing with the Kings, bro. You guys gotta stop.
There's a culture
shitting on these players. Like I get it, Buddy. He could have been a good role player if you guys had leadership on that team. Like Derek Fox needs to step up as a leader.
He's a grown-ass man, bro.
No, bro, but these players are crazy. These players are wild,
They are. Look, like, there's no way I'm ever going to blame Buddy for not having the career he wants because he had to play for Sacramento.
The only thing
Pacers? Yeah, on the Pacers. The only thing I'm saying is now is it's time for that to change, and I think De'Aaron Fox, Huter, Malik
De'Aaron Fox got to step up, not game-wise. He's got to be that leader of that team. He's got to be that leader, bro.
Yeah, I think he can be. I love the kid. I think he's so good. You know, you can't deny what he does at Devin Booker in the fourth quarter all the time. It's on tape. Not in the playoffs, please, man. I would love to see how teams would try to prepare for my boy for 4 games, but he needs that jumper to get better. I'm not gonna lie, of course.
He just needs the leadership to get better, man. He's got to move better off the ball.
So
I expect, like I said, I expect playoffs this year.
Playing game minimum. We're not going to shit.
And you better win a play-on game because usually that's 10 seed. You're going to 9 versus 10.
The barring like any weird shit, like you never know. Like maybe the fucking Lakers were just hella injured and then they sneak in and it's them.
I expect the Lakers to make the playoffs.
I do, but barring any weird shit, I feel like we should definitely, playoffs. I want to make the play-in game and win it. That would
you got to win at least one play-in game. I know the West is tough. The East is way better than the West, by the way.
And we're not hating. We're not hating on the coaching hire yet. There's just. It's just like
it's just kind of the thing where it's just like the owner has been so bad making decisions. He's been horrible. We're just kind of like, damn, we know how much he loves the Warriors. So it's just kind of, damn, another Warrior guy. Was this his guy or was this Monty's guy?
Sac deserves better.
And Monty's doing a good job.
Monty is, and that's why you got to give him his credit. I love Monty. I follow you on Twitter, Monty. I know you see my tweets. I know you do, bro.
Tweets,
and I feel it when you draft. I feel like we're speaking.
Right.
Telepathically, my man.
He doesn't see your tweets.
I fuck with you. And he's probably saying, I fuck with you too, bro. All right. So then we went over like dumbass Kings fans over loving everybody too much. I think the Halabuchik trade is old news, but I'm very excited for the relationship that he has.
Yeah, Sabonis, 25-year-old All-Star, 18 walking 18 and 10.
The only All-Star on the team, right?
Only All-Star on the team.
And that means that's all we have.
I
never said the word All-Star so many times in my fucking life until he made that trade. Oh, fuck you. We got a goddamn is it two-time All-Star? One-time All-Star?
1 or 2. He's a good player, 18 and 12 all day.
So Kings' expectations are make the playoffs, see growth out of De'Aaron, better defense, obviously. I mean, give me the starting 5 for the Kings.
In my opinion, I mean,
who's
can Sabonis play the 5? I would say this is my song. This is what I would do.
90% of the nights,
I would love to have
90% of the nights you can play.
I would love to have Davin Mitchell and
it's Davion Mitchell.
Davin Mitchell.
Why do you say Davin?
Because he's got no offense.
You're disrespectful. He's a dog, bro.
But anyway, I do like Davin. I like him. He's a good player. I told you when you draft. What did you ask me when you drafted him?
I asked you, what'd you think? And you said you gave me an A grade. I think
A grade. Great player.
I did. He's. I love him. I don't even lie that I might be biased, but I see big time things. I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna turn a lot of necks, and he's gonna be dogging dudes. I think 15 points is his minimum PPG this year.
Minimum?
15
that's a lot
PPG.
Of balls.
We'll come back to it, and if I'm wrong, I'll just say, hey, man, I'm wrong.
But anyways,
I'll skip Bayless and just keep going.
I like De'Aaron at the 1, Huter at the 2, Harrison Barnes at the 3, Keegan at the 4, and Sabonis at the 5, and I do that 5 because that's all shooters. And so De'Aaron can have that open lane to just get to the basket.
But he's got all the shooters.
Get your guns.
But he's gotta get that shot going. You know what's kind of crazy, bro? Is we went to me and Big Dog Suhail, we be going to the openers all the last few years. You
going this year?
Yes, we're going.
Who are you guys playing?
We're for sure going to go Portland. We're for sure going to go this year because we like to.
That's gonna be good. That's gonna be one of those teams where they're on the bubble.
Yeah, we like to sit at really good seats, and I feel like that's actually going to be maybe the cheapest we get because if the Kings are good, then these prices are going to just skyrocket.
For sure,
they're waiting to have
Sacramento.
Bro, the tickets will be outrageous.
When the Kings make playoffs, man,
outrageous.
Golden One Center's
the whole city will be. The whole city will just be. But let's not even get into that. So the starting 5. You got Mr. Fox with me. You got Davion starting.
Nah, I got him coming off the bench. Backup point guard coming in with Malik Monk.
So you got Huter playing.
Huter at the 2.
Okay.
3 Harrison, 4 Keegan, 5 Sabonis.
I don't mind Keegan starting.
I mean, what are you gonna do? I just
it can't be Holmes. It'll be way too crowded.
I don't think Davion and Mitchell, Fox. I mean, you could put him in. Only because you're starters doesn't mean that's who's gonna end the game with.
Right, for sure.
So I just think if that's starters, I would like to bring up Mitchell off the bench, get some defense with Monk because Monk don't play no defense. He's a good player.
Yeah,
but what he is, he don't play no defense.
Monk's
a dog.
I know he brings fucking since his college days. He brings an energy to the team.
That's a great pickup.
Great pickup. Yeah, and like I said, it's I should have saw the. Did we sign Malik Monk before or after Keegan Murray? Before, right?
Before free agency. After free agency is always after.
It was after. Okay, so it's like I say that I would have wanted to trade Donovan Mitchell because I think he's a top 10 player, but I still love De'Aaron Fox. I want him to succeed, and they're getting him his guys.
Hey, I'll tell you what though.
They're finally getting him his guys though. They're getting.
I'll tell you what. If you guys are asked this year, bro, De'Aaron Fox might be Miami bound.
Which is crazy because him and Bam would be nice. Him and Bam and Jimmy would be nice, but you'd be brick squad on a bad day.
Yeah, the construction helmets on the front row.
Spoelstra's going to be there with a yellow helmet fucking calling the plays.
Speaking of the Heat, man, fuck, we took a fucking L this summer, bro.
Yeah, Pat's.
Yeah,
Pat only got so many years left, bro.
I just, like, as a Heat fan, it's like, we just made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. We were one game away. It's like, we were lacking what? A superstar. And for like 4 years now, I've been telling you, I was like, hey man, this is it, Donovan.